Hey, it's Lauren. So today I'm going to be reviewing and demoing the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This is the new launch that they did. This is more coverage than the initial Water Fresh tint. And then I'm also going to be showing you the Water Fresh blush. So let's start with the complexion product first. There are 16 shades of this and it is $65. It's composed of 60% water. It's got jasmine extract, antioxidants, and tamarind. The tamarind, I think, is such an interesting ingredient because if I remember correctly, tamarind is food and it's kind of tangy, but that's supposed to help with hydration in your skin. So the unique thing about this formula, if you look at it, you've got these little micro droplets of pigment that are suspended in a gel-like formula. And they say that you can use this as like a concealer or you can put it kind of all over your face because this does have more coverage than the Water Fresh tint. So I have found with this that I like to use a foundation brush, and you can see as you start to blend it in, those micro droplets really start to blend with that light gel. And I think that this feels very much so like skincare. It's very light and fresh. I have the shade B20. Honestly, I think B20 is probably a little light on me for summertime. I think in a few months this will be fantastic. But as you can see, like my shoulders get some sun. I am always out skating and doing stuff. So, okay, this formula is incredibly easy to use and to apply. As you can see, it leaves a really beautiful luminous kind of finish on the skin. And I really love how this looks. I normally research products to death before I buy them, and that was not the case with this at all. I went into the mall, I was looking for a very specific product. No stores had it. I ended up going into Neiman's, and then I was like, oh, there's a Chanel product that I really want to try. And it was the boy lipstick. And I just happened to see this display, and I was like, well, you know what? I know a lot of people that really love this, so I'm going to give it a go. All right, so there you can see all over my skin. It looks like my skin, but more luminous and radiant. It cut down the redness in the center of my face. This also does come with a little teeny tiny Chanel kabuki. So for demonstration purposes, I will show you what this looks like as more of a concealer. So I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, like so, and kind of start to blend those together, see? And then you can use this to spot conceal and really brighten wherever you need a little bit of extra light. And the nice thing about this is because you have so much luminosity, I really don't feel like I need a highlight at all. It's just really so beautiful and fresh. But you can see, you can really kind of customize and build up coverage where you need it. I'll pick up a little bit more off of my hand here and put some more under my eyes. I'll be honest, I normally like more coverage from a product to conceal, but I do find this very enjoyable, and it has a very natural, very fresh effect on the skin. And you can see even with my blemishes, like I still do get a decent amount of coverage. So if you like a lighter coverage around your eyes or on, red spots or anything like that, this is a fantastic product for that. I love it more as an overall base. But honestly, I just think that this is such a beautiful, luminous complexion product without feeling heavy or greasy. It just feels very fresh. So if you are more of a combination skin type like myself, you will probably really enjoy this product if you're looking for more of like a light to medium, buildable kind of coverage. All right, let's talk about the Water Fresh blush. I am going to put some of this on my hand. What I have found with this is it's much more liquidy in comparison. It's kind of hard to see, but those particles are a little bit smaller in this. This comes in 6 different shades. I have the shade light pink, and this is $50. This has 75% water compared to the 60 in the Complexion Touch. And this also has tamarind. So let me show you. This is a bit more liquidy, and I've actually found, look at that. This is much more runny. And it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see it's not quite the same pigmentation. So what I have found I like to do with this particular product, once you start kind of smushing those, what is on my hand? You kind of smush those pigments into this, you get that beautiful gel type blush. And I have found with this, I like using my fingers for application. I feel like with a brush, it almost sucks up a little bit more of the pigment. I think I'm more used to having a more pigmented blush, but this is very interesting because those pigments kind of grab to your skin and then that gel almost disperses it and gives you this like ethereal glow. I think it is such a cool product. And actually, this shade light pink reminds me a bit of a blush that I used to have from Chanel that was a powder. And I'm trying to remember, I think it was called like Nude Rose or something like that. But look how much luminosity and how juicy my skin looks with this. I think it is really such a beautiful product. I think for people that have drier skin types, aging skin types where you have a little more dryness and crepiness, you will really love this product. It's very, very easy to work with. And I also feel like the blush does not pick up the foundation underneath. Really beautiful, really easy to use. And once that grabs on there, it's pretty well on there, but it's more of a sheer watercolor type formula. Very beautiful. What I'm gonna do just around the edges, I do this with all liquid and cream blushes, is kind of tap out those edges with my foundation brush. So you really have no lines of demarcation on your face. Just makes it look much more soft and natural, I think, if you just go around those outer edges of where you've applied. Super, super beautiful. I do feel like B20 from the Complexion Touch is a little bit light on me. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lightly powder my face just because I do tend to get more oily through my T-zone. And I'm also going to apply a little bit of bronzer because it will help me be more cohesive. But let me do that and then we'll kind of chat final thoughts. All right, all I added was a little bit of Laura Mercier powder to set through my T-zone, a little bit of my Guerlain Terracotta Light Shade 4, just to kind of warm it up and make me look a little more blended and not so much like Casper right now. And then a little bit of my Aether Beauty. This is the Lip and Cheek Oil, the Desert Rose Lip and Cheek Oil, and this is the shade Harmony. I really like it. So yeah, let's talk kind of final thoughts with these two. I think that if you really want something light that feels more like skincare, that doesn't necessarily feel like makeup, but you still want some coverage and a really beautiful, luminous, non-oily glow, these are incredible. I think this blush is incredibly natural too. So if you're going for that no makeup look, I think this is a fantastic pick. It gives you just like such a beautiful, natural looking flush. I think Chanel does skin products really, really well. Honestly, I've loved basically every Chanel foundation and blush I've ever tried. So that should tell you it's a really pretty safe buy. I do think if you can try to go see it in person, I was in person and I still ended up with a shade that I think is maybe just a hair too light, but it will be fine in the winter for me. Overall, I really, really love it. And I think it's great too if you want to streamline your routine a little bit. You definitely can build this up for more coverage under your eyes and things like that. So pricey, yes. Worth it? Also, yes. I really love it. I think it's a great buy if you're in the market for a higher end foundation and blush. And honestly, I love how it wears. It's very comfortable. I don't find that it sweats off very easily because I've worn it out skating. But sometimes I've found that like if I touch my face, oh, I didn't do it there, of course. Sometimes I can get a little transfer on my fingers. It's more so as the day goes on and I get a little oily, but normally you can just kind of patch that back together. It doesn't come off like super, super easily, but it also is not a long wearing foundation and blush. The blush actually stays on pretty good. But like I said, does not sweat off. Oil will start to kind of make it slide. It doesn't separate. It does start to slide a little bit. But overall, I really have enjoyed this. I feel really beautiful and fresh. I've gotten several compliments on my skin, like, oh my God, you just look so fresh and put together and that sort of thing. And I attribute that to my Chanel. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a little thumbs up. That helps other people find my channel. And if you want to see more reviews from me and this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.